Hi everyone. If you've been diagnosed with Parkinson's and you notice a change in your speech, your voice, or your swallowing, then these exercises are for you. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder and chief executive officer of Parkinson Voice Project. We are a nonprofit speech therapy clinic solely dedicated to helping people with Parkinson's regain and maintain their ability to speak. And something wonderful happens as you go through speech therapy and your communication improves. Oftentimes your swallowing will improve also because it's all the same muscles. We're going to go through the 6 speak out exercises. We will also do some swallowing exercises to strengthen the back of the tongue. But first we need to take a sip of water. Let's go ahead. As you bring the cup to your mouth, I want you to think about it. I want you to use intent. Here we go. The first speak out exercise is called the warm-up. I want you to lift your voice and project it forward with lots of intent. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. You don't have to do this whole sequence on one breath. Take a breath whenever you need to. Don't even think about the breath. I want you to tell yourself, I've got to project the voice forward. I have to use my best voice. When you do that, you will take the breath when you need it. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Did you notice how I took a breath in there? You just take a quick one and then keep going. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. On this one, I'll say the first 2 with you, and then you finish it on your own with intent. Here we go. May, me. Very good. We're done with the warm-up. Let's take a sip of water. After we do the counting, I'm going to show you a little device. I'm going to show you what this is. Often recommended with speak out with people who have Parkinson plus disorders. So I'm going to show you that. Let's take a sip of water first. By the way, thank you to everybody who attended our presentations and heard our big plan. It is not too late to watch and register for the presentation that I'll be doing tomorrow. So there's one more presentation. You can still register. I will ask Katie to go ahead and post that link. You can tell that I used my voice a lot yesterday from practicing. So, all right, let's go ahead with the second speak out exercise, the ah. Open your mouth wide, project it forward. Here we go. Good. Let's do it again. Keep the sound consistent. Don't trail off, okay? Here we go. Again. Keep the mouth open. One more. You notice that I'm not punching it. We're not going or anything like that. It kind of eases out. Okay? Let's take a sip of water. All right, the third speak out exercise, the glide, everybody's favorite. I want you to project and then slowly glide up and then back down. Here we go. Stop. Good. Let's do it again. Stop. Keep the sound in front of you, okay? Don't let Parkinson's bring it back. Speak out. Be confident. Stop. Good. One more. Be deliberate. Speak out. Stop. All right, we've done the warm-ups, the ahs, the glides. We're moving on to the counting, and let's go ahead and take a sip of water. As we are doing the exercises, we are not yelling. We're projecting our voice out. That's what it means to speak out. We're going to count to 20. Every number, lift it and project it forward with intent. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Let's take a sip of water. I need lots of water after doing the presentations yesterday. All right, I'm going to say the first two numbers, and then you finish it on your own. Don't let it trail off, all right? 1, 2, 6, 7, 11, 12, 16, 17, how'd you do on your own? Did you trail off? I hope not. Let's do it again. We're going to do it the same way. Don't trail off. Here we go. 1, 2, Nice and even, nice and even. Start with 6. 6, 7, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. All right, we're done with the counting. Now, at this point, I usually answer questions that have come in, and we had one that came in on Facebook. It was asking if I had ever heard of a cough assist device. I do not know what that is. I do not know what that is. But there is a device that I often recommend for people with PSP, progressive supranuclear palsy. Say that 3 times fast. Progressive supranuclear palsy. So, but everybody doesn't need this device. Okay, so I'm showing it to you, but I don't want you all to run out and buy one because I don't think everybody needs it. And this is one of the reasons that I want all of you to be working with a speech language pathologist, a speak out provider, because most people don't need this, but I think it's good for you to know what it is, okay? Especially if you have PSP or you have a Parkinson plus disorder. I'm just going to show you what it is. So it's called EMST. EMST stands for Expiratory Muscle Strength Trainer. Samantha's used. Here you go. EMST. So what happens as Parkinson's progresses, especially for people with Parkinson plus disorders, and for everybody with Parkinson's, the issue is really the coordination of the breathing. Not the vocal folds. People are surprised by that, but it's really the ability to take the air in, expand your lungs, contract the muscles, get the air up, the air goes up, the vocal folds vibrate, and you talk. Well, usually if somebody has idiopathic Parkinson's, regular Parkinson's, then the speak out exercises should be enough. But for somebody with a Parkinson plus disorder, and I think we can all enjoy learning new things, this device would help. So what happens when people start losing the coordination is they start talking from their throat. They start talking like this because they can't figure out how to get that air flowing in and out. I actually recommended this with someone with PSP. She was having a pretty hard time talking. And do you know that she and her husband, they worked on this for a month. She did 50 repetitions. So she did 25 in the morning, 25 in the afternoon. And I just saw her this week and she made my month. She sounded so good. The coordination was better. Her voice wasn't perfect, okay, very monotone, but the breathing had improved. And so she had really been working on it along with the speak out exercises. So what happens is you wrap your lips around this part and you blow out real hard. Could you hear the air coming out? Now at first when people are struggling with this, they're going, they can't do it. But when you keep working on it, it helps the coordination to get better. So lips around it hard. All right, and you blow out as quickly as you can. Normally the instructions, how people would use this is they would do 5 repetitions and then they would wait a minute. And then do 5 repetitions and wait a minute. I do not want y'all going out and ordering this device without talking to your speech pathologist. Please do not do it. If you do it too quickly, you will get dizzy. We don't want that. And if you have other medical conditions, maybe, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, for some reason it wouldn't be good for you. So please don't go out and order this. But if you have a Parkinson plus disorder, you might ask your speech language pathologist about EMST. It really can make a big difference. But what I find sometimes is that I recommend it, but the patient doesn't really follow through with doing it. But I will tell you, this other patient that was doing it, so she did 5 reps, then she rested, did 5 reps, then rested, did it 25 times. And in the afternoon, she did the same thing, and she did it for a month. And there was noticeable improvement. So ask your speech language pathologist about it. Okay, now we're going to go on to the reading. I thought that we would read Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World, because I am in a really good mood after the presentations. We have lots of people making donations towards our big project. We had lots of people, over 200 people participating in the presentations, and we still have another one tomorrow, so register. So I'm in a really good mood. All right, here we go. I want to see if you can control your speech and stretch out the words that are in red. So many people with Parkinson's say that they can't control their speech. That when they talk, they don't know what's going to come out. All right, well, we're going to control it. So I'll do the first line so I can show you. I see trees of green. So stretch the vowels for every word that is in red. Here we go, and speak out. I see trees of green. Red roses, 2. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Now, I know that it feels strange to stretch out the vowels for the red words, but that's good because we're forcing you to use more intent, which is why we're doing it. All right, ready? Stretch out the words in red. I see skies of blue and clouds of white. The bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Let me have you say wonderful. Ready? Wonderful. Is it going in front of you? Try it again. Wonderful. Say the last line again. What a wonderful world. Again. What a wonderful world. You are controlling your speech, not Parkinson's. All right, next one. Ready? The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I know it feels strange, but I'm forcing you to use intent and to be deliberate. Let's go slower. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I want you to say, how do you do? Lift the words. Ready? How do you do? Is every word with intent? Do it again. How do you do? All right. Let's do the next one. Ready? Oh, this one wasn't in red, but stretch that one out. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Say wonderful. Say it 3 times. Wonderful. 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 Good. We're controlling our speech. Take a sip of water. And the last part. Let's say this 3 times. The whole thing 3 times. Stretch out the words in red. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Again, yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Again, yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Okay. Now, a good way to practice on your speech, trying to transition it to conversation. So we read to build strength and endurance, but one thing that you can do to force yourself to use intent is to take the lyrics of a song. If you know the song very well, that's even better. And force yourself, instead of singing, you're just going to read the lyrics. It's very hard to do, especially if it's a song that you know well and you like. But that's okay. You force yourself to be deliberate, okay? Take a song you know. Don't let yourself sing it. Only read the lyrics with intent. Okay. Sip of water. We're going to move on to the cognitive. Does anybody have some fun plans for the weekend? Let us know what you'll be doing this weekend. All right, I am going to show you a picture. All right. What is this? Say it with intent. It's a barn. All right, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. I want you to name items or equipment, things you would see on a farm. What would you see on a farm? Say every item with intent. All right, next one. What are they doing? When you said running, did you speak out? Say every word with intent. I'm going to ask you questions. I want you to speak out. So when you said the word running, did you speak out? Name some other forms of exercise. Say each one with intent, your best voice. Go ahead. Other forms of exercise. This one's going to be a hard one. I want you to name other kinds of traffic signs. What are other signs that you would see along the road, the highway, as you drive? Other types of traffic signs. Say each one with intent. And last category. Can you see? Can you tell what this is? Say it with intent. A Ferris wheel. Answer these questions with intent. Have you ever been on a Ferris wheel? If you have, where were you? Have you ever been to a carnival or a county fair? Think about the last time you went to a carnival or a fair, something like that. Who did you go with? Say every word with intent. Last question. I want you to name items. It could be rides or food. Things that you would see at a carnival or a county fair, a state fair. Name every item with intent. All right. We're on to the last exercise, Dr. Boone's words. The G sound, the K sound, and the NG sound force the back of the tongue to go up. Every time you make those sounds, ga, ka, ing, you force the back of the tongue to go up. In order to swallow, the back of your tongue has to go all the way up. What happens with Parkinson's, the movements are small, like your handwriting, and so the tongue doesn't always want to go up as high as it needs to in order to swallow. And if you keep doing that, if you keep using small movements, then the muscles will become weak. So we're strengthening the back of the tongue. Say each word 3 times. We're speaking out. Ready? Go, la, gan, ga, ga. Go, la, gan, ga, ga. Go, la, gan, ga, ga. We're going to do the next one a little slower. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. We're making ourselves think about it. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. Now fast. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. Again. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. 2 more, then we're done. Ready? Gangla, gangla, gangla. And the last one. Kukla, kukla. Be deliberate. Kukla. I'm going to ask Katie to post the link to find a Speak Out provider in your area. If you have trouble finding a therapist, a Speak Out provider in your area, give us a call. I'm also going to ask her to post the link. There is still time to register for tomorrow's online presentation where I will be revealing Parkinson's Parkinson Voice Project's big plan for the future. We are announcing to the world what our strategic plan is. So, all right, well, y'all have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow at the presentation, I will be back on Monday, 10 a.m. Central